If you're trying to get better at sales or lead generation or anything in that industry, it can be really difficult. At least it was for me. I've been in sales for more than 20 years, and I only really feel like I've hit a level of proficiency or being good at it in the last probably 5 or 6 since entering the B2B SaaS space. One of the challenges comes from selling is that it's a lot of soft skills. You can't really go to university for it. There are a lot of courses around, but how do you know what's good? And for me, in my journey, I went onto one particular course and the facilitator broke it down into 3 simple steps. There's only 3 real levers that you can pull to improve your sales ability. So that's what I'm going to speak about in today's video to help you break it down, or at least share my journey with you about how I improve my sales ability, and you may be able to learn some lessons in your world. My name's Gavin Tye. I'm the founder of Sales Market Fit. And up until recently, I was an enterprise SaaS salesperson for B2B SaaS companies. I'm really passionate about this industry, so I recently left that role and started my own business to help SaaS companies and B2B technology companies improve the way they sell. Now, a key component to that is helping their team get better at selling or devising the right sales strategy. And all this is important in what I'm speaking about today. So if you like this video today, please hit the like button and subscribe and be notified when I release more regular content, and I'd appreciate your support. And if you stay to the end as well, I'm going to show you where you can download my book, Startup Sales Secrets, where I can help you base a sales strategy based on 3 core principles as well. So let's get into it. When I first got into selling, and when I first came into the industry of B2B SaaS, or the B2B world, I realized very quickly selling had changed. It changed from selling mobile phones to the consumer. It was different in the B2B world. To simplify the process, someone said to me once, there's really only 3 levers that you can pull. And that is the effort. How much effort do you do? Who are you targeting? And what's your skill level? So we're going to talk about that in order today. So let's start with effort. When I started in the B2B space, I started for a startup. Now, I was one of the first 10 employees that were hired, and so I become a jack of all trades of doing sales stuff and other tasks around the office. Now, my effort in the business was sporadic. I would get really busy for a few weeks and start getting the results, and then that would stop me from doing my lead generation activities or the right sales activities to start bringing in deals. So what would happen is I would hit this invisible glass ceiling all the time, and it'd be a lag indicator from effort. For me, it was typically around 2 to 3 months where I would see it die down, and it would take another 2 or 3 months to get that back up again. So the first lever I pulled in this instance was increase my sales effort. Some of the other things that contributed to my lack of effort in some instances was burnout. I was running too hard, too fast for too long a period of time, and I would go into a trough. Now, it wasn't until I started scheduling regular sales activity, the lead generation activities that would constantly fill my pipeline to give me the opportunities to progress to a sale, was I producing consistent results. So if this is you and you're not getting the results that you want, I would recommend first look at your effort. This is the easiest one to change. So just increase your effort. Do twice as much, do 3 times as much, and do it regularly. Make it a priority in your business. And once I did that, my results started increasing. Now, the second lever that we can pull is our targets. If you're in the B2B space, you have 2 options. You can go high into a business to executive level, or you can go low into the middle management or the user level. Now, when I first started in this B2B space, I wasn't comfortable going to the executive level. So I was starting at the middle management or the user level, and it was finding it really difficult to go up to the executive. I wasted a lot of time. Sometimes the users weren't equipped to share or share the message effectively to the executives to get that buy-in. So I learned the hard way over a couple of years is to go in high and always get pushed down, making sure that you have the senior management buy-in from the beginning. People talk about this isn't new, but there is a real impact if you don't do it. Now, also targets could be maybe you're focusing on the wrong industry. In a previous video I made, I spoke about how I was creating an outbound sales strategy, and I devised a list of 7 or 8 target industries that I wanted to go for, and I tested those industries and I got different results, and that helped me prioritize. So the link to that video is here, and you'll be able to look at that as well. So targets could also, just to sum that up, the targets could be the markets or the businesses. It could be the tiers within those markets, and it can also be the people you're targeting as well. So if you're doing a lot more effort, your problem-solving brain, well, at least for me, help me prioritize and try to solve that riddle and figure out which one made more sense to target. If you're doing it sporadically, you're not getting that market feedback, and it's very difficult to make those informed decisions as well based off market feedback. Now, the third area is skill. Now, as a salesperson, it's a soft skill that we need to learn. As I mentioned before, we can't really go to uni, so we need to continually learn on the job. And that's always about reading books. So there are some key books in my life that have helped me improve significantly. Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference, was a key book in helping me position a message that wasn't forcing it with a client. It wasn't telling them, it was sharing a story and letting them pick that up and run for themselves. The Challenger Sale, how do you challenge their thinking in a positive way? How do you give them insight to start differentiating yourself from the majority of other salespeople? Once I started combining these 2 books, and along with 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I really started seeing the results. I was doing things that I didn't want to do out of 7 Habits, and that put me on a different trajectory. Now, there's also a great book called Startup Sales Secrets, which I've actually written. It's about basing a sales strategy on 3 core principles. You'll be able to get a free copy in the comments below as well. I highly recommend you read that over every other book. I'm just kidding on that one. Now, a key component of improving your skill is practice. Again, if you increase your effort and you're changing who you're targeting, you will practice. You get out into the game and practice. Sales is a repetitive skill set. If you go on holidays, or if you take a break, or if you don't do it regularly, you will lose that skill. You continually have to hone your skills in that area. Now, you must be prepared to fail fast. Sales is about making mistakes, but learning from those mistakes. For me, there was only a certain amount of mistakes that I could make. I was continually learning, failing fast. And once I did that, the scale started turning, and I started making less and less mistakes, and started getting people further and further through the sales process, and eventually started winning multi-million-dollar deals repeatedly. And there was no other way to do that than learning through hard lessons, to be honest. And also finding a good mentor. I had a really great mentor and a founder that I work with, and I learned so many things that shaved years off my learning experience. And that ties into the final point of never stop learning. Especially in the last 2 or 3 years with COVID, the way we need to sell has changed. We've transitioned more online and doing online meetings. That comes with a raft of a heap of other challenges. We need to continually evolve our skill and use the technology we have at our disposal to maximize every opportunity. And that's what I do in my world today. I'm always evolving. Since COVID, my travel has significantly reduced to about 5% of what it used to be. So just to sum up today, there is 3 levers that you can pull. And the easiest one is increase your effort. Second one is change who you're targeting if you're not getting the results that you want. And 3 is always upskill. Continually read books, continually learn on the job. Don't be afraid to fail fast. So I hope you found this video useful for today. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate the support, and I'll be releasing regular content. Don't forget to download a book on Startup Sales Secrets. I also have 20 different lead generation strategies for B2B as well down there as well. So be sure to get your copy. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.